This is 7-2, exponents and exponential functions, problem number 6 on page 429, the gotcha. Simplify each expression. Part A says 2c to the 3/5 power times 2c to the 1/5 power. Okay, we're going to follow the exact same rules here. We group our coefficients together, so we're going to take the 2 and the 2 and group them together. And then we're going to group our like variables together. So since they're both c's, when we multiply two of the same base, we add the exponents. So we're going to add the 3/5 and the 1/5. So 2 times 2 is 4. C to the 3/5 plus 1/5 would be 4/5, and that's as much as you can simplify it, so you would just leave it that way. Part B says n to the 1/3 times n to the 4/3. No coefficients to worry about. They're both n's for bases. So we're just going to add the 1/3 and the 4/3, which gives you n to the 5/3. And you can just leave them, even though they're improper fractions, you can just leave it as a fraction. Remember that the numerator means power and the denominator means root. So they're two different things. Part C, we have b to the 2/3 times c to the 2/5 times b to the 4/9 times c to the 9/10. And really the parentheses don't mean anything here because there's no power outside of them. It's all multiplication. So we really don't need the parentheses. So we can combine our b's. Okay, there's two b bases. One has a 2/3 power, one has a 4/9 power. And we can combine our c's. One has a 2/5 power, one has a 9/10 power. Now we go back to the rule of fractions because even though they're exponents, they're fractions, and in order to add fractions, we have to have a common denominator. So the common denominator for 3 and 9, if I multiply 2/3 by 3/3, I get 6/9, which gives me 10/9. And again, even though that's an improper fraction, I can leave it the way it is. For 2/5 and 9/10, the common denominator is 10. So if I multiply 2/5 by 2/2, I get 4/10 plus 9/10, which is 13/10. And again, that's as much as you can simplify them because now the b and the c are different bases. So you can't combine them together. Part D says 3j to the 2/3 times 7m to the 1/4 times 3j to the 1/6 times 7m to the 3/2 power. I think I'm missing a parenthesis though. Missing a couple of them. So again, we can combine all of our coefficients. There's a 3, a 7, a 3, and a 7. The parentheses don't mean anything here because everything is multiplication. And there's nothing outside the parentheses that has to be done first. So we're going to combine, and then we're going to combine the j's. There's a j to the 2/3 and a j to the 1/6. And then we're going to combine the m's to the 1/4 and the 3/2, and we're going to add those exponents together for the like bases. So we've got our coefficients. In order to add 2/3 and 1/6, I need them both to have 6 as the denominator. So 2/2 times 2/3 is 4/6. That gives me 5/6 for my j exponent. And then if I add the 1/4 for the m and the 3/2 for the m, I need the base to be 4. The denominator. So 2/2 times 3/2 gives you 6/4. Plus 1/4 is 7/4. And then 3 times 7 times 3 times 7 is 441. And again, because the j and the m are not the same, you're done. You cannot combine those.